You think these presidents were just about boring speeches and shaking hands? Wrong. So wrong. Behind the scenes, away from the cameras and the crisis calls, a whole lot of these commanders-in-chief were straight up obsessed with whacking that little white ball. We're talking serious fairway fanatics who knew the best way to clear a head full of Cold War codes or budget battles was a solid 18 holes.
Make it a people's game, and I'm going to keep playing. And he played regularly throughout the White House years.
He said it was a chance to get out in nature and get some exercise. He said, I certainly need it. Look at me.
First up, let's roll it back to William Howard Taft. We're talking the early 1900s, folks. This was our 27th president, a big man with a big job. You think your back aches after a round? Imagine doing it with the nation's problems on your shoulders. Old Taft, often called the father of presidential golf, wasn't exactly built like a greyhound. But golf? He dove in head first, reportedly shooting in the 90s to low 100s. Some say it was for exercise. And yeah, probably. Like many of us, find a new hobby to stay active as the years add up. But Taft found more. He found a challenge, a puzzle he could wrestle with. Was he a scratch golfer? Heck no. He probably hacked it around, cursed under his breath, the whole 9 yards. But he kept going. He made golf legit for the bigwigs.
Taft went on to win the election, beginning a long line of presidential golfers.
What's the juice for us seasoned swingers? It's never, ever too late to start something new. And you don't need a tour card to love this game. Just getting out there, moving that body and giving yourself a good thwack. That's a victory, people. Now, hold on to your visors for Woodrow Wilson. This guy, a scholar, an idealist, and a golfer who played with the fire of 1,000 suns. Daily ritual? You bet, often with his physician, Admiral Grayson. Non-negotiable, even during World War I, racking up an estimated 1,200 rounds while in office. Can you even imagine? The world's on fire and Wilson's out there finding his zen, with a handicap sometimes pegged around a respectable 15 to 20. Striping it, or maybe shanking it, who knows, on the course. They say he had Secret Service paint golf balls black in the winter so he wouldn't lose them in the snow. Talk about dedication. For those of us who've stared down our own tough times, who know that one thing, that one beloved routine that keeps you anchored, Wilson's your man. That ain't just fun, it's survival.
A couple of weekend golfers test the rugged Augusta National Course. Dwight Eisenhower, a president by trade, belts a beauty far down the fairway.
The man, the myth, the golfing machine. This wasn't just a hobby for Ike. It was practically a religion. He didn't just play golf. He preached the gospel of golf, logging over 800 rounds during his 2 terms. That putting green on the White House lawn? All Ike. His bromance with Arnold Palmer? His regular pilgrimages to Augusta National, where the Eisenhower cabin still stands? This guy, with a solid handicap often in the mid-teens and the ability to break 80, made golf the thing to do. Suddenly it wasn't just for stuffy old rich guys. It was for Joe Sixpack, for the guys coming home from the war, for everyone. And for seniors, Ike's golf story hits right in the feels. He attacked retirement and his golf game with the same gusto he attacked his presidential duties. This was his unwind zone, his think tank, his social club. Heart attack in the office? Golf was his comeback trail, his gentle climb back to health. What a message. Got a creaky joint or a new ticker? Find what you love, tweak it if you have to, but keep moving. Ike showed us golf is a game for life. He probably got more regular folks hooked on golf than any ad campaign ever could.
Played 800 times during his 8 years in office.
Let's give a shout out to some early birds. Warren G. Harding, part of his return to normalcy vibe, and he played with gusto, even if his scores often hovered over 100. And he wasn't shy about it. Snapped on the links all the time, sometimes even on his wedding anniversary. That was his brand, friendly, enjoying life. The lesson for golden agers? Enjoy your damn leisure. You've earned it. Life's too short not to tee it high and let it fly, especially after decades of punching the clock. Even Franklin D. Roosevelt, before polio changed his world in 1921, FDR was a sportsman, and golf was in the mix. Athletic, young, out there swinging, enjoying games at places like Campobello Island.
When he first came to Washington, he had a really fearsome long ball off the tee and used to play with other up-and-coming politicians and public servants in Washington.
After polio, well, things were different and full rounds were off the table, but he never lost his appreciation for the game's spirit. His journey, tough as it was, reminds us to cherish every swing, every walk, and to find new ways to feed our passions when life throws a wicked curveball. He found his later solace in Warm Springs, a place of recovery, not so different from what a peaceful golf course can be for the soul. Now, jump ahead. John F. Kennedy, JFK, young, cool, the whole Camelot package. And let me tell you, the man could play. We're talking high 70s, low 80s, legit skills, with a handicap whispered to be as low as a 7 or 8 and drives sailing past 250 yards. But here's the twist. He often hid how good he was, fearing it looked too elitist. Why? Optics, baby. Image.
Chimpanzee who was flying in space took off at 10:08. He reports that everything is perfect and working well.
In those days, being too good at golf, spending too much time on it, could make you look like some out-of-touch elitist. So he played, but kept it on the down low, often at private clubs away from the press. Funny, right? The games people play. For seniors who've navigated their own office politics or neighborhood dramas, you get it. Sometimes you just want to play your game without a peanut gallery. Then there was Lyndon B. Johnson, LBJ. This guy wasn't about the beauty of the swing. He was about the art of the arm twist. The golf course was just another office for him, a place to wheel, deal, and get what he wanted over roughly 150 rounds during his presidency. The Johnson treatment on the 15th green? You better believe it. A purist? Not a chance. He'd play faster than a scalded dog, maybe nudge his ball into a better lie if he thought he could get away with it, caring less about his score and more about the legislative score. For LBJ, golf was a weapon. Seniors who've closed a tough deal or wrangled a tricky family situation, you're probably nodding right now. Golf can be whatever you need it to be. And Richard Nixon, another complicated cat who found a strange kind of peace on the links. Had his own little three-holer, Nixon's National, at his place in San Clemente. Wasn't a natural, but he was a grinder with a respectable handicap around 12 to 15. Word is, he shot a 79 once at Griffith Park. Probably framed the scorecard. For Nixon, golf seemed like this quiet personal battleground. Maybe a way to escape the storm raging inside and outside the White House.
Nixon told reporters, "I'm just fine, and I'm going to play good golf today." Nixon paid a $650 entry fee to play in the tournament, the proceeds going to a home for the retarded in Illinois. It looked like the old Nixon, said one spectator as the former president teed off. He shot a respectable 92 for the 18-hole Augusta course.
It's that mental game, that internal tug of war. Many love golf for exactly that. The focus, the never-ending quest to be a little bit better today than yesterday. It's you versus the course, and man, sometimes it's just you versus you. And who could forget Gerald Ford, our most athletic president? Maybe. College football star at Michigan, the whole deal. But on the golf course? Whoa, Nelly. Enthusiastic? Absolutely, with a handicap around 12 to 16. A threat to low scores? Not so much. A threat to spectators? Sometimes. Famously conking a few in pro-ams. Those stray shots were legendary. But here's the beautiful part. Ford laughed about it. He owned it. Never pretended to be Ben Hogan. There's something so damn real and relatable about that. For us seasoned citizens, what a lesson. Don't take yourself or your golf game too seriously. Laugh at the bad shots. Enjoy the sunshine. Perfection is a unicorn. Joy is right there on the tee box. Ford was the ultimate weekend warrior, playing for the sheer love of it, shanks and all. Ronald Reagan, the Gipper. More of a horseback rider, sure, but he knew his way around a golf club, especially in his sunny California days at places like Sunnylands, playing to a comfortable 18 to 20 handicap. He got the appeal, that sweet relaxation. Not a golf nut like Ike, but he appreciated it. It fit that optimistic, laid-back California vibe he rocked. For seniors who've picked up new hobbies in retirement or dusted off old ones, Reagan's a nod to just enjoying the good life, the leisure, the freedom. Then you've got George H.W. Bush. Golf was practically in his DNA, a family affair. And this dude played fast, often zipping through 18 holes in under 2 hours. We're talking Formula One pace. Get to the ball, hit the ball, move. No faffing about. His handicap hovered in the low teens, around an 11 in his prime.
President Bush was inducted into the World Golf Hall of Fame in 2011 for his many contributions to the game of golf, including helping to establish the President's Cup and the first tee. Bush attended every President's Cup through 2009.
There's an efficiency there that many of us, especially those who feel like time is a precious commodity, can totally get behind. He played for fun, for friendship. His speed was also about respect. Keep it moving, folks. He even landed in the World Golf Hall of Fame in 2011, more for being a great ambassador for the game than for torching courses. It showed that how you play the game, the spirit you bring, that's what counts. Alright, yeah, Bill Clinton. If Ford was known for wild shots, Clinton was known for, well, let's call them creative scorekeeping over his 400-plus rounds in office. The Billigan? Yeah, that became a real term for his generous mulligans. This man loved golf, playing to a reported handicap of 10 or 12. Loved the hang, loved the chat, loved being out there. And if his score needed a little massaging, hey, he was a politician. But his enthusiasm? Off the charts. He clearly had an absolute blast on the course. Clinton's golf game is a reminder. It's a game. It's supposed to be fun. So take an extra drop with your buddies. Who cares? As long as the sun's shining and the laughs are flowing, you're winning. He understood the power of golf to connect people. His successor, George W. Bush, had a different take, especially after 9/11. W was a big golfer before and early in his presidency, playing to a solid 15 handicap. But after the Iraq War started in 2003, he hung up his clubs for official rounds, famously saying it just wouldn't look right for the commander-in-chief to be golfing while troops were fighting. Pow! That's a statement. It's about sacrifice, leading by example. For all who've lived through tough national times, you understand that gravity. Bush's choice, no matter your politics, shows how leaders sometimes gotta put personal enjoyment on the back burner. He did keep hitting balls on the range though, a quiet way to de-stress, to keep that connection.
Must stop the terror. I call upon all nations to do everything they can to stop these terrorist killers. Thank you. Now watch this drive.
And that leads us to Barack Obama. Lefty, smooth swing, cool as a cucumber. Obama used golf as his main escape hatch during 8 incredible intense years, playing over 300 rounds. Yeah, he got flack for how much he played. What president doesn't? But you could see he needed it, maintaining a handicap somewhere around a 13 to 18. A few hours to breathe, to think, to just be a guy with his friends, not the leader of the free world. Watching Obama was like seeing how to use golf, for fitness, for mental reset, for that focused calm. Often spotted on Hawaiian courses, a sweet reminder of golf's link to beautiful, peaceful spots, the kind many of us dream about. And then you've got Donald Trump, the Donald. Golf isn't just a game for this guy, it's an empire. With 19 courses bearing his name worldwide, we're talking courses all over the planet, stamped with his name in big gold letters. Love him or not, the man's passion for the links is undeniable, and he made sure everyone knew he was playing, and playing to win, claiming a handicap as low as a 2 or 3. He didn't just hit the fairways, he practically lived on them during his presidency, with estimates of 250 to 300 visits to his courses, often with cameras rolling or a power player foursome. Claims a handicap that would make a tour pro nod? Absolutely. Whether you believe the scores or not, he was out there, swinging for the fences, known for a powerful drive, using golf as his boardroom, his rally stage, his personal Mar-a-Lago office.
He hits it good. Donald,
he does?
Yeah, he really does. He's a decent player.
Now, a lot of people say the best stick in his bag is his pencil. Is that a true story?
Well, that's Clinton.
For those of us who see golf as a statement, a brand, a way to project power and success, or just really love to build things and put our name on them, Trump's your guy. He took presidential golf to a whole new level of visibility and, let's be honest, controversy. But one thing's for sure, the man can drive a golf ball, and he definitely drove home the point that golf and power can go hand in hand, or at least hand in glove. So what's the big takeaway from this presidential golf marathon? These 15 guys, from Taft's first swings to Trump's Mar-a-Lago rounds, they all found something unique in this crazy game. For some, it was pure sport. For others, pure politics. But for most of them, it was a lifeline, a sanctuary, a place to feel normal when the world was anything but. They weren't all pros. Some were duffers, some were decent, but they all played. And for us, the wise owls of the links, their stories are like looking in a mirror, right? That itch for a challenge, that need for quiet thought, that pure joy of a sunny afternoon with pals. The way a familiar routine can be an anchor in a stormy sea. That unbeatable feeling of a perfectly struck shot. That never gets old, does it? These presidents, each in his own way, proved that golf isn't just a game. It's a companion for life, a source of endless joy, bottomless frustration, and yeah, maybe even a little wisdom. They showed us that even when you're running the planet, sometimes you just gotta tee it up and play through. Next time you're out there, striping one down the middle or fishing one out of the lake again, give a nod to these commanders-in-chief. They were golfers just like us. They loved it, they hated it, and they always came back for more. And that, my friends, is a special kind of greatness. So, which of these presidential fairway legends makes you want to grab your clubs? Did Ike's passion fire you up? Or do you see a bit of your own game in Ford's happy-go-lucky hacks? Drop a comment below. We want to hear it. And hey, if this trip down the presidential fairway got your putter twitching, smash that like button, slam that subscribe.